Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm showing off BallBuster Amara, aka the Mayhem. Really, this is Godzilla. Like, that is how good this build is. Showing it off to you guys because I definitely want to see this build. Now, the reason I'm at Floodmore Basin right now is I was actually farming some Anointeds, but we'll cut to the chase, you know, I'm not going to go back and farm them. But I definitely will go over all of the skills in this build, and you guys can expect this to be about a 40-minute video, possibly. That's how long I expect it to take. I don't plan for it to take much longer, but... Okay, so I basically want to talk about the whole build with you guys here. Once I get the Sanctuary, I'm going to discuss the whole build, and then, of course, we're going to try it out on a boss. My favorite boss to personally try this build out on, Roy or Tyrene. I think you're Captain in general. The best bosses when it comes to the build. I'm definitely going to show you guys the strength. But first I'm going to go to Sanctuary here for you guys. I'm just going to show off kind of what our skill tree is. And kind of how it's set up. And yeah, don't expect like an hour-long video or anything unless I'm discussing all the skill trees of a character. And yes, I will make another, probably 2 or 3 Amara builds that are decent that you guys can run. Because I'm not saying you guys need to run this build, I'm just saying this is the one that I have found to be the most helpful and at least the most deadly from, I mean, on a Mayhem 10 scale. So, I found this to be a pretty deadly setup, especially when you're playing on Mayhem 10 and you have to fight all those Anointeds and stuff. This is probably my #1 way of taking those guys out, because I know that there's the Anointed aggro tanks, the Anointeds. They're very annoying. Okay, anyways, we are going to go over the gear that I am running on Amara here. So I have a lot of gear in my inventory. Maybe I will discuss that, maybe not. If we have leftover time, I'll probably go over the other items that I have in my inventory. I'll definitely discuss all my class mods. Various... I only have 1 anyway. I'm gonna discuss both of them. I'll also discuss the 2 shields I have, since one of them is apparently the can be shield. Then the other one is like I'll definitely go over everything. I definitely want to discuss the 4 weapons that I like generally. Generally, I just like to run a face puncher. That's the weapon that I use. Probably good weapons for Amara, I feel like, come in elements. Generally, when I was seeing weapons on Amara, they were melee damage weapons. Or they were elements. So there's a lot of Malawan weapons on here. I do have an attacker too, though, and I definitely just want to say, if you're building a splash damage Amara, I can definitely. I just feel like a lot of the guns in the game have been patched recently, so it's really hard to make a successful Amara build. We're gonna go over the guns I run. Of course, you know, there's the Maggie. I don't use this a lot because patched inches. Before it was a really good. Now it's patched, so on Mayhem 10. A weapon that's pretty cool if you can get it, the foursome. Really cool weapon. It irradiates enemies around irradiated enemies. Oh, basically, weapon status effect, damage and chance are increased on action skill end, which is super cool. Because it has a 20% chance. High luck, that was very good. I mean, this isn't a pulsar, but it is a pretty decent weapon. Now, I don't know exactly how you get this. I just got it off from a random enemy. And from Captain Trot as a General Trot as a drop. But anyways, this is a decently strong weapon on Amara. Obviously, a little more strong on Mayhem 10 than on others. Like, probably decimate. Really, those extended health bars like up you. This was a huge part in my setup. M14 face puncher. This was probably the biggest part to my setup. I feel like I was running a really weird face. Getting the bonus melee damage. I mean, I'm not using Phase Grasp as my ability, but I have it. Going into class mods, I use a lot of different class mods. Really, I just switch them up every once in a while, so I usually run Phase Zerker for all the skills that it has on it, and also just flat off weapon damage. I'm running the Mayhem 10 Monarch. This class mod, the Spectral Phase Zerker for the shield capacity. There's the Raining Nimbus. Cloud damage. Hyperion weapon damage and the weapon reload speed. A Hyperion weapon. Like a bring a glass mod. I like that one. This one I have that has shotgun bonus on it, which is huge. All of these for different. I did get a Firestone which pretty much makes that's from the face. Generally, you're not gonna light enemies on fire on Mayhem. Thing I did notice about this artifact is it says absolutely nothing about Mayhem. It also allows you to a lot of shield capacity. Just one health. Audit first. Really good artifact. More fire damage and your melee is fire. Your shield regenerates faster, have more shield by 100%, getting a lot of recharge. Especially on Amara because the grenade is specifically was the Nagata. Now I have a ton of different grenades. I feel like they're all kind of garbage. And they don't seem like they're very good grenades. So going through them, you know, I have the Firestorm, the Tina's Hippity Hoppiter, and the Firestorm again. I actually have two of them. Both pretty much the same. Looking at make a difference. But I feel like the Hunter Seeker is one of the better grenades, definitely, and the Nagata. I feel like these two were probably the best on Mayhem. Right now, like yesterday, mods in the game, or that I know of. Now, I haven't included Director's Cut, which I haven't gotten finished playing yet. I started playing the Krieg DLC. I have played the entire Bounty of Blood DLC. I haven't farmed for too much of the stuff in there, so I'll definitely have to give that a look sometime. Just saying, right? The Hunter Seeker and the Nagata are probably the best grenades. I love using them on my iron. Very important part. This is going to be huge. You are running something like the Deathless, which case I am. Probably need to be running the Transformer. There's a very good reason to run it. It is because you will absorb shock damage completely. It will be a lot harder to die. Shock weapon, they cannot The only way they can hurt you is if they get another element. Not use shock. Not only that, it absorbs bullets, which I guess. 100% resistance to shock damage. Gain bonus radiation. That's the annoyance that I got on it. Now that we're done with that, I mean, there's not really anything else I use that much. To fire a little bit, I used a Lucian's Call, but like this Mayhem 10 build is just lucky. Of course, a shooting star is a good shield. Image. Now that we're finally done with that and past that, let's get to my. Oh, when you get to the skills, kinda weird. It really is. I have 2 points in the assault tree, which I don't really like this skill. Probably one of the worst skills. Could be 3, 4, 5 good skills in here, but not all of them are that good. I just felt like it wasn't worth investing down this. There is 2 points that I put into my effect chain. However, this is kind of useful on the side, I guess. I feel like Brawl is definitely the second best tree that Amara has access to, and it would be because she gets a lot of health from this tree. Not only that, she gets bonuses to melee damage. Actually find a way to get the last melee skill you can make. You can go all the way down the tree, you can make. You're getting a lot of damage. Of course, there's damage reduction, so you could actually put 5 into that if you want. Almost be invincible using the that you could test in a month. I didn't. The 1 point I get from the class mod here is pretty much useless. I don't really use flash weapons, but adds the damage. Plus 5% gun damage for enemy damaged, which is useful. I guess you could not invest in this if you one definite thing is I do not have an element on my action skill. There's a good reason for that. That's getting into the purple skill. I really do feel like I missed out on some green. Okay, so I feel like the purple skill tree, even though it's DLC, I feel like it's really a good skill tree. Totally beats out all the other skills by 100%. it launched, I said the green skill tree was going to be like the definite superior king or whatever, but the purple skill tree is so much better now that the game is fully out, and now that there is DLC. Skill tree is definitely worth the price of the director's cut. Absolutely amazing, and I would probably suggest spending almost every point in this. This is the only thing I feel like you don't have to invest in, trust in yourself, because it really only increases your reload, your charge speed, your weapon swap speed. I mean, that aren't that big of fun. I'd kind of stay away from Malawon weapons. How's that gonna help me? In the 5 points in no mistakes in Nate. Adds plus 65% melee damage. Add its effect on an enemy. Now speed and splash damage. You move on down to Ebb and Flow. Got the life steal, which is Amara actually has more life steal if you choose to. Orange tree. He actually has life steal right here, so in a lot of life steal. Go down those two orange. Of course, we do have the combo breaker, which can reset her action skill. Have the life steal whenever she kills an enemy with melee. At an enemy low, you can literally walk up to them and melee them. I do not know if this applies to the face puncher. I'll have to check that out and see if that's just. But unweave the rainbow. Amara deals bonus damage of her attuned element whenever flash damage to frozen. Early, I feel like this would be really good. Higher than you had, you know, the ice effect. Fire element. Like that would be really good, but otherwise it's just up to you guys whether you want this. I went into it for, of course, the bonus damage, plus it's kind of elemental. Go with the flow, which is whenever Amara freezes an enemy. Like this. Not gonna use arrow weapons. This element is ice in this skill tree. You are losing out on a lot if you don't go in ice, but probably want to go in and off all of Amara's elements. I want Amara to have an element. It's pretty much as simple as that. If she has an element, a lot of enemies are going to reach that element, and that's generally why I took the element off from Amara's. Not exactly sure just how good the Cairo damage is, so I haven't really checked out a lot of the and switch them out. That on the boss you're fighting. So element matching is very good with Amara. It's just the obvious right there. Chance to reset Amara's action skill cooldown with this skill, Combo Breaker. So, Joyful Freedom. Now this is useful too. After activating her action skill, Amara gains increased melee damage. With the puncher. Plus 7. Melee damage does stack. Like really high. Right here you can gain bonus damage. Turn both ends. After activating her action skill, Amara gains increased threat for a short time, drawing the attention of opponents. If you don't want to go for this because you just don't like being attacked by tons of enemies, that's perfectly understandable because attacked by a bunch of enemies. Atman skill, you can actually get increased skill damage. Skill damage is definitely useful if you're running the orb. Skill's not gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, skills that's going to full damage and just ability to use your skill how you see fit. We got Free the Soul, which is very useful, especially if you're running that Frozen Amara. Remember, this is the ice skill tree, so all about that. But whenever you kill a frozen enemy, splinters fly out from that enemy. So this is really useful if you're just pyro damage again. Amara's melee attacks deal bonus splash damage. You guys can merge this purple. Splash damage. Amara, obviously. I might do a video where I go into the blue and the orange skill trees a little bit more, but let's just say I was running orange and green, and now I'm running purple and green. Finish it up. Clear the Mind. Really good one. Amara ignores enemies' elemental damage resisted time. Not affect elemental immunity. Basically, kind of makes Amara slightly immune to elemental damage. I mean, if she's taking much elemental damage at the same time, that she's going to be really good. Now we're going to talk about the various action augments, along with the action skill element. Over the rest of the green. Of course, I'll go over my Guardian. Oh. Blow Up gives you, instead of dealing splash damage to enemies, Amara's Orb grants nearby allies health. This is probably the, specific, I would say this is one of those co-op skills. If you're running co-op with people, really good skill to have. First, especially if you're running co-op with bad players, or essential skill to have. I would not say that this is for me. And you should probably not be running this skill. This is one of those skills I feel like just doesn't cut it. Here is the original action skill. It's a really powerful action skill. Don't get me wrong. Phasphlare. Cool idea. Being able to summon a orb and melee it at your enemy. pretty much like Blood Explosion on Krieg, but with an orb instead. And I have to give them a nod for this one. This felt amazing. That they would add something like this to the game. Not so it could be overpowered, but just so it. As far as action skill is now Kyro damage. Now, I've never used it as ice. Of course, I don't know how much damage I would do, but you guys can check on Mayhem 10 if you want and get back to me with that. Now, I would love to know. Expedite, probably one of the best augments in the game. Plus 30% counter rate, meaning your action skill is so much faster. Believe me. But here's the ability that I probably like the best. Is Shooting Star. Now it's basically the same as Phasphlare, but instead of orb, you gain bonus damage, area damage, and impact damage. But also, you get these elemental things. How teams that shoot out of the orb. Really helps if we powered. Like that's the best thing in this build. Like fantastic, of course. I'm not a big fan of this. Pretty much the same thing as the other 3 skills where this one's just a little bit weaker because area damage lasts a little bit longer compared to the times. Oh, I just didn't really feel like it. And here is, of course, the action skill element that Amara can have. For if you're going action skill element, I definitely suggest throw over corrosive. You know, something that's cool is Revelation. Amara can now create a Nova for action skill, no matter what action skill it be. There's this, which these can get used. Here, Glamour. They are grass. When they're near a grass target, they get at the target. Downfall is what I used to use. I actually do not like this ability. This Downfall isn't a very good ability. It doesn't do a lot of things. Despite what it may say, 27,000, that's not too much damage, even though it looks like it is. Downfall is just really this ability that has effects and everything, but really it's just Amara staying in the air for like 5 seconds and slamming the ground or whatever, so not a cool ability in my opinion. You're beaming the ground for like 5 seconds and then slamming it, and part of all is you have to wait another Oh, Fracture. I have personally never used this one, but I've never been a fan of the idea of summoning a line of fists around, barrage your enemy to death. I think that's cool. Oh, it's however you play the game, man. Can't hate on others for how they play. There's definitely this ability where after using her action skill, Amara gains increased melee range and damage, with ability. Find your center. I noticed a lot of people have been using this. Definitely a cool ability. A health regeneration skill right there, which is clarity. You can get bonus points into that. Thanks to class mods, which will make your life not running a deathless class mod. And add health with the deathless class mod. Elemental damage reduction. This is immunity skill. Because you'll really be almost immune to elemental damage. Top of that, the Transformer, shock resistance, toppable. Orb chance too. That's absolutely crazy. Fact that's even up there. Not only that, we have another max health skill in this melee skill tree. Very useful. Well, this is how Amara can get so up close and I would definitely say if you can manage to invest 5 points into Jab Cross, which is totally worth it, 100%. It is absolutely. I feel like that's the one reason my action skill does not a lot of damage is because I don't have that 75%. So I feel like if I had 3 points in that, that would be huge. Of course, we have Guardian Angel. You get 50% of your max health. It has a cooldown of 2 minutes. But you get 50. Also get an Elemental Nova. It's similar to the ability up there, Revelation, which causes an Elemental Nova. Get revived. Yeah. Very useful skill for Mayhem. Especially if you're known for making boss fights. Best skills that you can have. Save you time and time again. I already talked about Jab Cross. Very useful ability. And now using it combined with the Face Puncher, which already deals melee damage from a distance. And then you have that skill, which, faster. And then just all ties in so well. This is why I like Amara's skill trees so well. I feel like they're just perfect. I feel like Amara is a character I could really go into deep with because I understand her. Now we have do unto others. Whenever an enemy damages Amara, she automatically throws an energy orb back at them. This has an 8-second cooldown, and this may be one of the crutch and life-saving skills in the game. Definitely for Amara players. If you're playing as Amara, I feel like this will can save your life so many times. I mean, it's only a 1-point spec. That's the best part about it. You don't have to put a crazy amount of points. I never did get personal space, but I do suppose you could get that wanted to like run this skill tree a little bit more, definitely get Phasphlare. Hits, of course, would do a lot of damage. Now, on Mayhem 10, I don't really have much of a choice as to, you know, what I do here, because I kind of have to run Guardian rank. Not really a choice here, but you know. Okay, so of course here's my, here you guys can see my Guardian rank perks. Of course, you guys can see my different, all that stuff, what I've invested in. Never invested into vehicle damage, I don't think it's necessary. Here's my modifiers, you guys can see I have one hard modifier, one very hard modifier, and an modifier, which hard modifier makes me die. Modifier, amazing. So that's definitely it. Now, and I definitely want to thank you guys for checking out. Watch the video. You have to try that or.
Alright, now you can climb stairs, which makes you nominally better than me and only that way.
Sure, whatever. But seriously, stairs are vastly inferior to ramps.
Oh, that's exactly what I've been saying all along. You so get me.
I definitely want to thank you guys for watching this. I gotta get into farming herbivorous, or at least fighting herbivorous. So, have to definitely get into that. There's one more thing. More thing that I do want to. You guys have been here, and you definitely want to see this build in action. Oh, I feel like there's only one way to do that now, and I feel like we totally have to put this build into action, dude. So I'm going to show you guys what this thing is like against Tyrene the Destroyer. Now, you're not going to think it's doing a lot of damage at first, but wait until you see the after effects of the damage. It is kind of crazy how much damage this thing can do. I mean, we're talking some pretty high damage numbers, even in the millions sometimes. So it's pretty crazy. Like, I've seen 3 million damage before with this. I've seen 33,000. You know, it's kind of random how much damage. But it's very.
Need a diagnosis? Go see a real doctor. Need healing? Come see me.
That's a really good anointment and a really good impaler, but I'm basically just...
Let's go around, huh? Let's play ball! them off for me! Ready to unleash this power!
That's always up I read
I am the greatest! Just get started!
totally taken out. The skill is million damage.
So much power!
Million.
A fight for me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Coursing through my veins.
You've got nowhere to hide!
That's good. I don't want to walk up. Another thing is that shock skill.
Feel the power! Feeling good!
Irene is not supposed to as not even Abe. Oh shit, just dropped 3. One in there somewhere, right? I'm such a bitch. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, please check that out, YouTube. Call Tyrene a B-word. I want to thank all you guys for so Amara BallBuster build, calling it. I've seen other people around the community calling it a BallBuster Amara build too. I'm gonna call mine, even though it's a little bit different. BallBuster Amara build, nonetheless. I really just thank people, a lot of people. Really thank Moxie, the I just wanted to thank everybody. Stay back. I'm gonna catch you guys on the side, you know? Open the guys. Damn, so no legendaries. More, but thank everybody for the I feel like this is possible without but yeah, but thank you for tuning in. On the flip side, man, have a good day, you know, eat well, drink well, you know. But most of all, you guys are awesome, man. Enjoy your day. And yeah, just one last reminder, guys. These are streamed on Twitch, so if you guys want to catch these, they're usually streamed between 10 and 5, and I would say that's like Chicago time, but you know, yeah. Alright, BallBuster build. If you guys need help with anything on this build, just kind of let me know, you know. The only area where I can see you struggling is with the Grave Worm fight, just to get geared up before you fight him. Really, that's all I have for you guys today, man. I'll see you guys next time, and I believe the next build that we are building is we're either building a crit flak or a Godly Zane, and I'll definitely let you guys